Namaste. Good evening to all of you. I am Srivatsan, trustee of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. Basically, I want to thank all of you for being here with us. And today is a special day at KYM for three reasons. One is KYM is celebrating the International Day of Yoga. And in fact, in the morning, all our teachers were totally involved, including me. Everyone was in various venues. And the amount of euphoria, the way in which it was celebrated, we were very happy that KYM could be a part of this celebration of the International Day of Yoga. The second is, the most important is, today is the birthday of Sri TKV Desikachar, our teacher, founder of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, Sir, as he is fondly called. And today is his birthday, and he probably crosses 80 or so. He is entering 80. And yes, we are sad that he is not with us. We are celebrating this by just passing on his teachings, continue to be teaching and holding on to the values which he has given to us. Now the third situation is that today we are going to have a prayer meeting in honor of Sri Suresh Rao, and whose photograph is here. He has been a trustee of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram right after its founding initiation, and was there for more than 3 decades. But he was continuing to be an advisor to us for a long time, probably till his last days, I would say that, because I was the one who was involved in talking to him often. Suresh Rao has been very dear to everyone here, and I would say that we are really missing him, like we are missing our teacher, Desikachar, in the same way. As far as KYM is concerned, in terms of yoga, there is always, the world goes on account of a Prakriti and Purusha combination, and that type of a combination was existing between Desikachar and Suresh Rao. And I have been a witness, and VC sir and Balu and few others are here a witness as to what would be happening in KYM when they were all, both of them were operating together. So we are really missing him, and most important point is both of them had certain synonymous qualities together, and the qualities were they were holding high value systems, and the value system that they were holding, they will never deviate out of it for any moment at any cost. For example, when it comes to money, Desikachar was not taking a paise from KYM, and Suresh Rao, not only that, for every penny that is spent in KYM, we will have to account to him. We will have to properly account to him for a particular reason that he wanted it to be built up. And we are here, and we have such a big building where the KYM was started with just 2,000 rupees in 1976. And we have a building, we have certain corpus, etc. It is because of Suresh Rao sir, and meticulous way of holding on, and he has left that with us, and we are continuing to do that type of a financial governance with us. And he was very particular about the accounting standards to be maintained, and the taxation and other aspects. Apart from that, personally, I need to certainly say that whenever we had some issues as to how we should go out of it, whether it is just finance of KYM or about administration or about other aspects, he is the one who we will go to, and whatever he says, we will immediately implement it also. So naturally, everyone has a particular day. So he has left us, but it was very sudden for all of us, particularly me. So we will be doing a prayer, and now his disciple, Suresh Rao's disciple, Suresh Rao has been a yogi, and even in his field of accounting and finance and management, he was a teacher, an acharya. So he has disciples, and disciples do not want their names to be said. So those disciples have joined together and they have initiated a scholarship in the name of Suresh Rao sir. And every year, generally we announce a teacher training program every year, and we get 30 teachers trained every year. So one student who is going for the teacher training program, the fees of that student, a deserving student, fees will be met by this chair, that is Suresh Rao sir's fund that we are having. It's a fund that is instituted today, and I thank, on behalf of KYM trustees, teachers and students, I thank the disciples of Suresh Rao sir for initiating this. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And we will now have the prayer session. Please join, and after that we will finish, and we have one more session after that at 4 o'clock for a lecture on the usual monthly lecture and TKV Desikachar's lecture, which Latha Sathish, Dr. Latha Sathish will give. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य विरतवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परश्यतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनन्तमाश्रये ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे पुण्डरीकासनादीनं पाण्डुराभेन्दुसन्निभम् अखण्डबोधजनकम् हयग्रीवमुपास्महे गुरुभ्यस्तद्गुरुभ्यश्च नमो वाकमधीमहे वृणीमहे च तत्राद्यौ दम्पती जगतां पति श्रीकृष्णवागीशयतीश्वराभ्याम् सम्प्राप्तचक्राङ्कणभाष्यसारम् श्रीनूत्नरङ्गेन्द्रयतौ समर्पितस्वम् श्रीकृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमीडे विरोधे कार्तिके मासे शतताराकृतोदयम् योगाचार्यं कृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमहं भजे श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि पानो व्यानो दानसमानामे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहम् त्यजा विपाप्मा भूयासघ्स्वा
आनंदो ब्रह्मेजी विद्या गायत्री आनंदवल्ली लास्ट
आनन्दो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् आनन्दाद्येव कल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ति आनन्दं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति सैषा भार्गवी वारुणी विद्या परमे व्योमन् प्रतिष्ठिता य एवं वेद प्रतिष्ठति अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेना महान् कीर्त्या
Well, Latha wants me to say a few words about what we chanted. First, the usual prayers of and after that, this is a healing chant of Pranapano, which is for the total healing. And it says, I am nothing but I am nothing but the great bliss that is in the form of pleasure. So the other thing, part of me, they have to be clean. So we pray for cleaning that part of the matter in life. Prana, Pano, Vyano, Jnana, I am splendor. Jnana, which is in the form of splendor. So that is what is generally called as the healing chant. After that we did an important chant. This is okay. After that we did the important chant of Atha Purushogavai, which is one of the favorite of Krishnamacharya. It is called Atharva Shikopanishad, and Sir wants that to be chanted always. And as far as Suresh Sir is concerned, is one of the chants that he likes very much. It talks about Narayana as being everything, from which everything came. And as some of you would have seen, the finally, Pratyanandam Brahma Purusham Pranava Swarupam, then yogi goes to and joins the Narayana. That is, we feel that the yogi Suresh Sir would have joined the light of the splendor of Narayana and the company of Muktas, Nityas. Next one is the Upanishad Anandavalli. This three Upanishad Anandavalli and Shikshavalli. In that we chanted the Anandavalli, and particularly it talks about the state of bliss. Ananda means bliss. So we talk about those who have reached the highest, the bliss. And when they reach the highest, it is in the same of bliss completely. So that is how we have compiled the whole thing. We are now going to do Rudram. In Rudra, that is in price of Shiva, Rudra, it's a very big passage. We have taken the first Anuvaka and the last Anuvaka. The first Anuvaka introduces to this Rudram chanting, that is in price of Lord Shiva, Rudra, and the last one is also totally praising. So these two Anuvakas only will be doing now. First and last. അതോടെ മുടിച്ചോളൂ. Final 2. मन्यभवोत ईशवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने भवभ्यामुत ते नमः यात ईशो शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते तनुः शिवाशरव्यायात् यानो रुद्रप्रडया याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तमुवान्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिषाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसि पुरुषं जगते शिवेन वचसा त्वा दिशाश्चावधामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगतयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असते अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमोदैव्योभिक् आधिगुश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वान् च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्तशदेषु मे निशीर्य शल्याणां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भवा भिद्यन्तनुकपर्दिनो विशल्यो वाणवागम्बुधा अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतुर्मीढष्टम बभूवते तनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् इति मत नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। सस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणां येषां पशूनां मारोमो येषां किञ्चनाममस्तु शिवा विश्वाखभेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तपसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विद्धिं यथा नः शमशद्विपते चतुष्पते विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन् अनातुरं मृडानो रुद्रोदनो कृधि क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते योश्च मनुरायजे पितास्याम तव रुद्रप्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भगं मानवुक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितं मानो वधि अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य केतिर्वृणक्तु परिद्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मगवध्यस्तनुष्व मीढ्वस्तोकाय तनयाय शय्यान् मीढुष्टमशिवतमः शिवो सुमना भवा परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्निधाय मसान आचर पिनाकम् विप्रदागहि विहिरित विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् एतयोन्यमस्मिन् वतन्तु त्याः सहस्राणि सहस्रशा भगवोत्तम यथा तासामीशानि भगवत्पराचीना मुखाकृति அது இல்லை சகஸ்ர யோகி அது முடிச்சிருவோம். ஆமாம்மா அது முடிக்காம முடியாது. அது सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अतिभूम्याम् श्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् मगत्यर्णवे अन्तरिक्षे भवा अति नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठाः शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठा दिवगुं रुद्रा
उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु शस्मिञ्चरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानि अधिपतयोर्विशिखासकपर्दिनः ये अन्नेषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पतां पति ऐलवृतायौयुतः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रिकावन्तो निषङ्गिनः एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रा तस्तिरे तेषागुंसहस्रयो जने वधन्वानि तन्मसि यो ये पृथिव्या ये अन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषभस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर् दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर् दशोदीचीर् दशोत्मास्तेभ्यो तेनो हृदयोतेषं ग्रीष्मो च नो द्विष्टेतम्भो जम्बे ददामि। जामगे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् मिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्यमामृतात्।
We'll end up with one Shanti Mantra. The Shanti Sahana hote Om Sahana Vavato Sahano Bhunakto Sakhaviryankaragai Tejasvi Navaditamasto Mahavishahi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Padabhaktam matrahinantu yad bhavet sarvam samyatam deva narayana namostute srimate narayanaya namo namaha We'll break for a few minutes and we will join for the lunch at 4 o'clock.
Hello? 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 ஆவலியா?
Latha. உட்காருங்க உட்காருங்க. Hello, Namaskaram. We will now continue with the TKV memorial lecture, and we have been doing this probably from August, if I am right. 21st of August was the first thing. August, September, October, November, December, January. So from August we have been doing, and today we have Dr. Latha Sathish. It's odd for me to introduce her because both of us share the same experience, and we both of us are trustees. But anyway, sometimes it is required that one has to introduce the other. So Dr. Latha Sathish is the trustee of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, and for those who don't know, she is a student of Desikachar for the last 3 decades or more, almost the same time like I met him, like 80s. She is an academician She is an UGC scientist holding a doctorate from the Madras University, Department of Psychology. And I still remember the day when she gave her dissertation and came to Sir to take his blessings. I was taking my personal class with him in the room. And Sir said, "You wait." I was in some posture and he said, "You wait. Latha is coming." So Latha came in and just took his blessings after probably finishing from the university. When I told Sir that please leave me, I would like to retire as managing trustee, he said, "You will have to find somebody. You have to do two things. One is finish the building and then take somebody who give it to somebody and then you go." That's all. He didn't say anything, but it so happened, luck would have it, Latha stepped in because she gave her papers to the university and she came in and Sir was extremely happy and she joined and then she led KYM for about 5 years as managing trustee. Now presently she is taking care of the research work in KYM apart from being a consultant teacher and guiding all the people here. And we would say that he is one of those old-timers who continue to know how Sir would be expecting us to lead this institution or to have the institution run in terms of value, teaching and all that. So we are very happy that she is with us guiding, and today she is going to talk on her experiences with Sir. But I need to say one thing. Actually today earlier it was made that Mala Srivatsan was to join Latha and give. Mala Srivatsan is one of the oldest students of Krishnamacharya and Desikachar, and of course Latha and Mala studied together when they were doing in those days diploma. But Mala is slightly senior to Latha and she was directly learning under Krishnamacharya then later. Mala was also the executive trustee of this institution. She was holding the position of executive trustee when VC Sir was also a director of administration. And I know the type of work that she has done. She has gone to places to get a piece of land for us, to go to the ministry, to the government and all that. And in terms of the period that she was there along with VC Sir and Suresh Rao Sir, the administration was taken care of in a very, very important, in a way that, that everything is done in a proper way. So, but Mala has some personal issues. Until the last moment she was trying to make it, but she is not able to be with us today. But she said that she is certainly going to give a talk on, she has prepared herself, she is going to certainly give a talk to us on Sir at a later date which we will announce. With this I thank Latha for giving this talk. We will have a small prayer. We will start with a small prayer. Latha will talk and then we will end up with a small chant. Thank you.
It's an important recitation.
This chant is not a Vedic mantra. This is a sloka of a great teacher called Vedanta Desika, whose name our teacher is having. This I chose specifically because it is called Nyasa Dasakam. Nyasa means to place. 10 verses of surrender. Ishvara Pranidhanatva, as most of you would know, is the important sutra, and this is about total surrender. The 10 verses says that I have surrendered myself to you, Lord, and I have nothing to fear now. My entire burden, in fact the word is burden, my burden I have placed it on your shoulder and I have nothing to fear now. I have nothing to do. So this is one of the wonderful chants. We will do that.
श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि अहं मद्रक्षणभरो मद्रक्षणफलं तथा न मम श्रीपतेरेवेत् नित्यात्मानं निक्षिपेद्बुधः यस्याम्य किञ्चन श्रीमन् अनुकूलोऽन्यवर्जितः विश्वासप्रार्थनापूर्वम् आत्मरक्षाभरं त्वयि स्वामी स्वशेषं स्ववशं स्वभरत्वेन निर्भरं स्वदत्तस्वधिया स्वार्थं स्वस्मिन् यस्यति मां स्वयं श्रीमन्नभीष्टवरद त्वामस्मि शरणं गतः एतद्देहावसाने मां त्वत्पादं प्रापय स्वयं त्वच्छेषत्वे स्थिरधियं त्वत्प्राप्त्येकप्रयोजनं निषिद्धकाम्यरहितं कुरु मां नित्यकिङ्करं देवी भूषणहेत्यादि जुषस्व भगवंस्तव नित्यं निरपराधेषु कैङ्कर्येषु नियङ्क्ष्व मां मदीयं च निखिलं चेतनाचेतनात्मकं स्वकैङ्कर्योपकरणं वरद स्वीकुरु स्वयं त्वदेकरक्षस्य मम त्वमेव करुणाकर न प्रवर्तय पापानि प्रवृत्तानि निवर्तय अकृत्यानां च करणं कृत्यानां वर्जनं च मे क्षमस्व निखिलं देव प्रणतार्तिहर प्रभो श्रीमान् नियतपञ्चाङ्गं मद्रक्षणपरार्पणम् अचीकरत् स्वयं स्वस्मिन् अतोऽहमिह निर्भरः कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I pray the teacher gives me right memories so that I should be able to share with you the experiences that I had with my teacher Sri Desikachar, and that should become a source of inspiration to many of the teachers who are here, so that you can carry on the tradition of teaching. So with this focus, I'm trying to present. From 1982 onwards, I have been there with Sir at that time. When I moved to Chennai after my marriage, I was looking for a place to do practice of yoga because I had learnt in Bangalore. I met Sangeeta Mehta in university campus, and Sangeeta Prabhakar told me, oh, why don't you go to St. Mary's Road, there is Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. I said, okay. The evening I came and met Sir, it was July 12th, 1982. Then Sir used to do consultation, and I didn't know there is a process of consultation because I had gone to group classes and doing postures as taught by the teacher there. And oh, consultation, no, I don't have any problem, I'm okay, so please. Then there was this, that girl's name I forgot, she was there, no, everybody has to do consultation, you have to see Sir, then only your yoga course will be decided for you. So I looked at her, oh, something funny. Then I went and met Sir inside, and Sir, very sweet, very smiling, Enama Bangalore Animdo. So the bonding between Sir and me was in Kannada. So Kannada made us come together, and he said, oh, you are my mama student, like that. When he was taking the background of me, what I was, etc. And I felt so happy to be with him because he understands me. Because in terms of language, in terms of what I want to do. Sir, I said, sir, I have learnt yoga. All I want to do is practice here. Okay, ma, you can practice, but we have a method of teaching, so I will put you onto a teacher. So I had been put to Rahila, and Rahila started, and she is a psychologist, and I am a psychologist. Sir had this knack of putting right people to right person, and if it is an academician, Latha, you have to go teach, or somebody lawyer, something like that. I didn't understand at that time. I said, okay, I started practicing, and sir would, of course, I don't know, somehow during 2 to 3 months later, he said, why don't you come and attend classes? Because I was not interested in any learning text or anything, because for me just doing some postures is enough. Then he said, I am taking Hatha Yoga Pradipika. If you are interested, you can come in the evening at 6 o'clock. That's how Balo came to the evening classes. You were also there along with other group of people. So 1982 onwards, though I had come for generally learning yoga for fitness, there was something very attractive about this teacher, Desikachar, which made me to come often again and ask him, is there anything for me to learn? Then he would say, come and attend this class, come and Yoga Sutra class. Like that, it started. I started attending, and without my awareness or knowledge, I had come in contact with a very important person in my life who is a yoga teacher, and he made a lot of difference for all of us. And then I just, if I stand today and recollect, I can understand what an immense personality I had met and who had been a part of my life journey. And I would like to share some aspect of his characteristics, the way he used to teach yoga, the therapy work he has done, what he was doing as an institutional head and other thing. Sridharan sir has told, Balu has told, many other previous speakers have told, and I am trying to give my perception of him. Sir as a therapist, yoga therapist, though I didn't meet him as therapist, he over a period of time the course became more and more therapeutic oriented. A great keen observation, which many of you have observed and told, and every individual, when he sees that individual, gets the complete attention and care. He never had any theoretical or hypothetical answers in his mind. It was on that spot what is essential for that person, that will be done. So however many times we'll be asking question, why did you do this, sir? Why did you do this, sir? He won't tell the answer, because for him there is nothing fixed. Everything will be dynamic and changing, and what you have to do is right at that point of time, what is given to that person is right. So this is what I understood over a period of time, where this therapist was working on the spot at that time, whatever is right. Then one particular day, over the many years later, he told me, my father has told me never to refuse yoga therapy to somebody who is suffering. So that is why I never say no to yoga therapy class. This was something like a revelation for me, and that time I said, yes, we are better off, and when somebody else is suffering, it is our job to provide that type of intervention which is needed to that person. So that is why I had observed, any time I say I am in pain, or I have some neck pain, or probably I am little bit distressed, sir, please, sir would say, will you come by 8 o'clock tomorrow for the class? I will see you tomorrow at 8. No, he won't ask, will you come? Make it tomorrow 8. I will definitely go at 8 o'clock. Today, the thing is, many students say, no, this time is not okay for me, this time is not okay for me. But there was nothing like that. Even I had 2 children who was around 4-year-old, and one is 2.5-year-old at that time. I'm talking at that time. You cannot say, no, I have a child and I have to take care of it, and so therefore I won't come. He will not scold me at all. Never. I have never, why you are not coming for the class when I am giving you a class, you are not there. No such things. It is therapy. You want some help from me, I am there to help you. Please come, take. It is 7:30, 8 o'clock. But usually it will be 8 o'clock. It is not earlier than. He never asked me to come at 5 o'clock, like his father asked him to come at 3 o'clock. That was a different story. So it was 8 o'clock, 8:30 sometimes. Sometimes probably Sridharan will be chanting and going out. I'll be going for therapy class, one-on-one. Sometimes somebody else will be there. And his classes used to be, I really like to do posture in front of him, because it made me that he is the one who is really experiencing what all things that I go through when he observes me. His supervision of a class was constant observation and understanding without talking anything. And even today, I remember the way he stands and supervises the class. He will have one leg on a stool like this, and he will be standing like this and watching me. This is how he will be. I can see that even today when I practice at home, I know my teacher is watching and he knows where my breath is. I will use my force to make exhalation 12 seconds. He says, no, keep it 8. That's enough for you, because you are straining too much. Sir, I can do, sir, because I was very enthusiastic. Sir, I can do it. No. He said, Illama, it's enough, ma. You come, 10 seconds is enough. I think that is sufficient, Latha. No need for more than that. He had a skill of negotiation. His negotiation skill with me was excellent, because I used to be a voracious eater. I used to eat everything, bhaji, bonda, and no yoga business. I mean, being in the yoga, this thing, I was not at all very controlled. And he would negotiate with me, sir, in your house there is a little bit extra urga. Urga is what? Pickle is there. Extra pickle, amma? Yes, sir, I like it very much. You know, ma, when there is a little bit of extra pickle, no, you will tend to eat a little extra also, isn't it? Yeah. So something like, and sometimes I have seen him negotiating with people, with children. Children had a lot of liking for many things. Puri. They say, you eat everything but puri. You can eat everything, but don't eat puri. Something like that. I will ask him, sir, why you said no puri, but other things are okay? No, if they cut that, they will cut everything. So that was his negotiation skill. I think most of you people are aware of it, the way he used to negotiate, nothing directly hitting. Directly hitting, okay, you should not do this, you should not do this, you should not do this. But a very sensible way of coming to terms, so that you tend to practice and you slowly give it up. Oh, sir has told me not to. No pickles. Okay, I can work without that. Something like the message used to go subconsciously, and we started accepting it. His therapy was very, very unique for each person. He never he never had a pre-planned idea. That is what I have seen whenever he used to do the consultation and therapy classes. He draw the course on the spot at that moment. Not, okay, she comes, I will teach you forward bending and then I will put some twist around and make it do some, nothing like that. It is, I will see once. Even if we go for consultation supervision, sir would say, will you ask the person to come? I would like to see once. I had some idea. Sir, can I give Mahamudra here? He'll say, he won't say no. He will say, do one thing, ask the person to give, or that way, once we will see, and then we'll. And once he sees, the course would be very, very different than what I had imagined. So then only I understood that this person has a very, very unique way of doing a meditation on that person and find out what should be the type of course to be given to that individual. And he was the most successful therapist in the KYM. And today, if KYM is considered as the premier therapy institute, it goes to these great pair, father and sons pair, who have done a tremendous job of what a yoga therapy is. And I have seen research literature showing that this is the postures should be done, this should be the type of intervention for this type of therapy, diabetes or asthma or even Parkinson's disease. There is so much of literature. I will not get tempted at all, because why the temptation is not there? Ultimately, it is the individual who has a condition, not the condition has the individual. This sir used to say again and again, we will not standardize the course and we will only do what the person needs, and the person will evolve and he will or come out of the situation. This has ingrained in our brain so much that any of the teacher who goes from here today will know what type of course to be given to what condition, and they will not do any mistake. To that extent, sir had put that principles and that value system and also that knowledge in the system of teaching here, in the design of our courses, and in his own way of imparting knowledge, that most of us, even today, I feel grateful for his knowledge that he has shared. So that is his first identity, which we always remember. And my children who learned from him, they say that in case if I have any problem, I wish sir was there so that I can take the course from them. Because they don't come for any therapy, but they know the way he is doing. The second identity about sir was his teaching children. He would enjoy teaching children, and he had an adoration for Balaji. I know about it. Balaji used to do demonstration when we were doing diploma, and he liked all the young children very much, and he had so much of affection to them. Any one of you, like Kurali used to be there, and he used to see them supervise their classes, and my children were also there along with Usha, Raghavans and other children. And one day he said, I enjoy children's class, ma. It is so nice to give them challenges, and they have to learn, and when they execute, I feel. He's a great teacher who go all around the world, teach yoga philosophy, Bhagavad Gita to hundreds and thousands of people, but his heart was there when he taught children. 5 to 6 o'clock class and 6 to 7 o'clock class, he will never compromise on that, and he will say, I have to, but the children will be waiting, I have to go and give them class. If there are 2 children, if there are 10 children, it doesn't matter for them, for him, and he would teach, and he would enjoy it. And there was no strict, that's what I have heard from the children, no strict, oh, you should do this, why you are making this mistake, nothing. Very gently. Try. He is trying. See, why don't you try? Something like that. And let us say, I remember with Anish, he could not do seated posture. His leg never will go into Baddha Konasana. It won't go. So he won't push him or anything. What he said, Latha, I feel that his back is a little bit stiff. Let me give him give some movements so that he becomes flexible, and then he can do Baddha Konasana. So that is how he will never say you can't do this, you will not do this, or you can, you should only do this, not else. He will strive to improvise them. Because of that, my son's handwriting improved. The byproduct of it was the handwriting improved, and the teacher said he is now sitting in one place in the class, he is not moving out. I came and told this to sir. Sir, you know what has happened, whether his back has become flexible or not, at least his handwriting is improved, and he is able to sit in one place, Latha, without pain. Children won't able to tell when they have pain, so ignore it and he will be all right. So even today we remember the keenness of his observation and the way he used to move with the children, and he enjoyed it maximally. And I feel so happy about it because we were there when he was teaching those children, and we were able to follow some of that. And then he, as a teacher, Mala will be able to tell you more about that because she had been there with him for longer duration. Sir, when he was a therapist, he had a different frame of his approach. When he was a teacher, it was very different. As a teacher, his Shastra knowledge and his way of presenting in a very simple manner, it was so, he was more strict in the teaching classes than in therapy class. Therapy class, if you see a kindest type of therapist, in teaching classes, he was not rude or anything, but he was very strict. You can't make a mistake in Yoga Sutra interpretation or Yoga Sutra chanting or Bhagavad Gita. So one day he had to check whether I am capable of teaching something. So that was his thing. Suddenly he asked me questions, Sridharan sir knows about it. Can you tell me the difference between Ishvara of Yoga Sutra and what is Ishvara in Vedanta? Suddenly one day I am just coming from university or home or something, and we have 100 different things. Abadan tailor we would have given a blouse to stitch and bring it. And the sir is asking me. Sridhar was sitting there, and then, Fortunately, some divine force sat there and I said, sir, Ishvara of Vedanta is creator, Upadana Karanam, Nimitta Karanam. Something I said, Ishvara is treated as a guru, a model in Yoga Sutra. Oh, that's it. You can teach. This is how you would test somebody's capability. Once I had to do a meditation program for the children, women group. And most of these women are so flexible, beautiful, excellent in their practice and everything. What will I give the meditation for them? And sir said, what is it? And the focus of the meditation for women was Daivi Gunagal, Daivi, whatever it is, Daivi Sampati based, Daivi Gunam. Sorry, what to do? Sir, just no instruction, teach this, we do that nowadays. Teach this, nothing. And the meeting was outside in the near that tree. Somehow I caught him because he was going out. So, sir, you have asked me to teach. What should I teach? He said, just keep the hand on my head. You will do well, go. That was enough. Okay. Some Diksha has come, so I am able to do. We also had faith in him. He also had faith in us. He had faith in lots of people. He was very, very confident about them. And one of such confidence person he had was Balu. Somebody asked, I don't know whether Balu asked him or somebody. And then sir told me, Latha, he is going to ask you to become the trustee of this place. And sir, I can't do all that, sir. I am not going to become a trustee and all that. Let me be myself, sir. I trust him. You can go and do it. I said, okay. Even today, that's what he trusted in. He had a lot of, I trust the person. And some people know he would be able to gauge very clearly. Vandama, it won't work. You won't tell me the reason. It won't work. Some people wanted to do PhD and sir said, why don't you take them to university and introduce to your guide? And there are some people I wanted to encourage because I was close with that person. So I wanted to take that person. It's a natural tendency. Sir, can I take that person and she or he wants to do PhD? Vandama, it won't work. That's all. No reason, nothing. Then later, I came to know that it is purely because the way he was able to understand the samskaras of an individual, thereby he knew how to guide them and other things. So this teacher was so good in the way he used to teach the text, we got hooked to it. I had studied Bhagavad Gita in the college because it was a part of my Sanskrit. But when sir taught it, it was very, very different. Whether I had evolved or whether he came to my level, I do not know. But that was his way, the simplicity of his teaching. And we used to get angry also with sir because we wanted to go to the next sloka, next chapter, next thing. And sir will not do it. He will start from the beginning because he had his own pace of teaching. There was a time when one person came and asked they wanted to do Sarvangasana. Sir said, no, it is not the person who decides the Sarvangasana. It is me who decides whether the person can do Sarvangasana or not. The same thing was true for the teaching of text also because he would decide who teaches what, how it has to be done. I mean, to this extent, who should come. Then sometimes we used to say, oh, sir, maybe a little bit partial, he likes only certain people. Then I came to know it was depending upon the capacity of the individual, time availability, and also in terms of the person's capacity to understand also. This I had realized later that he will not unnecessarily drag anybody and everybody into a class because he wanted to know who is capable of doing, who can devote the time. So he would always tell me two things. There is two dharma, Shishya dharma and Swadharma. If you follow the Shishya dharma, you have to give up Swadharma. If you follow Swadharma, you cannot be a Shishya. Because I was a housewife. So he would always tell me, you do your Swadharma, ma, and then we will. That's what happened to Mala also and myself. Because both of us were, think 20 years back. You know there is a lot of cell phone is there, everything is there, and you can even have ready-made MTR things are also there. Many women accept it. In those days, it was not like that. Everything you have to do. So we had to, there were sometimes classes used to be at 7:30. Arunam we used to do at 7:30 in the morning. Sunday Arunam, and jet speed, 45 minutes we have to do. At that time, sir would say, you do your Swadharma. If it is possible, you come. But I had to compromise on Swadharma and come. That was my fortunate thing because I could do it. and he would appreciate it. He had a lot of liking for his students, irrespective of whether they learn or they don't learn, or whatever level their comprehension is, he never would get angry. There were moments he was very angry, and I have seen him being very angry at some situation. In one situation, he was so disturbed because of certain problems. I don't know what was happening at the background. And he came and said, you people do not understand the value of what you are learning. And Latha, you think your PhD is something great and it won't help you. I'll tell you. I was stunned because I was expecting some Yoga Sutra going on, and this happened. And then for me, the tears were welling. And then with that tears, I went and sat in Menaka's class. And Menaka was looking at me. What is this? Latha is the one who never cries or anything. Why she is crying? So something is off the rock. Then I don't know. I just went for my work, and I completely forgot about it afterwards. Sir said, come, ask Latha to come and meet me tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So I came. Phone was there. So I came, sir. This place was a hut, and that place he made me sit and recite this Aham Madrakshana Bharo Madrakshana Palantata. I recited it. No hassles about it. And then sir said, you do this every day morning so that you won't get into any conflicts, you won't get into any problem. I want you to do this. Okay, sir, I will do it. That's all. No more issues after that. So like that, there were moments of where teacher and student had a little bit of tug of war thing, and I used to often make an attempt to avoid him because it's very difficult. Once you get into the teacher, you have to do everything, and that's it. I want to be very truthful because I am not the type of a person who will do everything, yama, niyama, principle, asana, practice, everything. I won't be so that. But still, most of the time, I would avoid, and I tend to want it to see, sir, leave me alone, sir. He will look at me as if, how dare you can go when I'm asking you to come. I will be thinking, he gave me a very harsh look, I better go. Then I will come and attend the class, and then it would be most valuable. I'll completely forget. So it will often happens to all of you, because all of you are teachers, so all of you are students also. There are sometimes you say, okay, I will avoid the person, but ultimately somewhere something valuable comes. And I was fortunate, there was some divine force which was pushing me towards this, so I could pick up. Sir was very benevolent, very benevolent. So anybody gives anything, he will just give it to somebody who is standing there. It can be an apple, it can be a pen, it can be somebody who has given him a carpet or something. Oh my God, sir, he has given it. Come on, you take it, like that. And teaching, benevolence in teaching. And there are some people here may say that I want to learn from you Yoga Sutra, I want to learn from you Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Like Sridharan sir said, he wanted to learn something from sir about, like that. Most of the time, since I was working in the university, I would avoid because I just wanted to do asana practice and run away. He'll say, come tomorrow, I will teach you Yatindra. We are doing Yatindra Deepika, I want you to come. Okay, sir, I'll come. So 4 o'clock class. And university, they won't give permission. So what I will do, I will lock the room and write that I am going for field work and I'll come here and attend the class. And if I tell sir about this, sir will hear him. Because he was, I think, wanted me to learn. And as a guru, they will always be looking for shishyas. They will be. Most of the gurus will be looking for shishyas. And when they are looking for it, and if you are fortunately in that path, they will grab you, put on your head something so that you can learn. That is what was my teacher. He was grabbing and trying to teach me. I won't ask him, sir, you teach me Seshasana so that I can do. No, nothing. You are going to do that. That was his benevolence. And the number of books he has given is enormous. I was doing research. This is very important part of sir. Research was one of the area where I got very close to yoga. I was doing my PhD registration was over. I wanted to do research on high blood pressure, and at that time I had to take a sample of people for my investigation, and I used to ask sir, please give me a yoga course to be given for high blood pressure patient. Sir said, no, there is nothing like that, every individual vary. No sir, what you say won't work, sir. In research we have to give a common practice. Then he drew a common practice and told me, if you can prove this, please work on this. This can be the minimum one can do, he gave me. Then I was very happy, and I went to Stanley, I went to MMC and other places to get the people to do yoga, and it was very difficult. They asked me a payment of 5,000 rupees at that time. As a research internee, we have to pay some money to do the research there. And quite a challenge, we could do it. Then I came and told sir. Sir said, why can't you do it here? Yes sir, I will do it here. So happy, and the patients used to come to KYM St. Mary's Road, and we started the project. I completed the project and everything. After the project, finished every analysis, data was ready, thesis was ready, and then I brought the check. I wanted to give money to sir. What? He said, nothing. You don't have to give anything. You have finished your work, no? Happy. Go. I was really, that was tough, because I have accounted for that also in my expenditure, research expenditure. But sir never, not even once he asked or wanted or anything about it, whether it is research related, teaching related or anything. For him it was the joy, somebody is doing something and my job is to facilitate. And most of my conversations with him was in relation to research, and he had a very strong view that everybody is going to the billboard too soon. That was his favorite statement. Everybody is going to the billboard too soon. That is, if I feel that this course is good for blood pressure and I publish it and I'll say this is the blueprint for blood pressure, sir would not accept it. In spite of so much of research which had happened in 1980s, 90s, there was a thing. Many times he was, we used to have books with me. I had research paper sitting with him. Sir, they have shown that this asana is good for this thing. You think it will work, ma? If the person can do that, then why can't we put everything? And then one incident happened which really opened my eyes. There was a lady who saw the advertisement for Mayura Asana with a list of posture was given for diabetes, and she brought that paper, and she was my student, and she said, why don't you teach me? Then I said, my teacher has to sell. That time supervision was every class, after every class. So I said, sir, she wants to do Mayura Asana because she has seen in a paper. So, what is that? He will say. Then what happened, the paper she showed, that lady showed the paper where there were some few postures including Mayurasana. Madam, you have seen Mayurasana? Yeah, she said, yes, in Tamil she was telling. Yeah, you have to keep hand like this and balance your body. He got very angry. He said, Amma, very politely he said, Amma, if this were the case where you can print a set of course, I don't have to run this institute at all. I will print it and sell it, ma. That is what he said. It was in 1992. In spite of starting therapy center in 76, we had the same problem. And today also it is going to be the same problem. So, but still in spite of that, if the institute is standing with an individualized approach to therapy, it is because of the strength of his teaching and therapy work. Now, another important thing I would like to share about sir is he had a lot of respect for scientists, many scientists, and he had interactions with so many people abroad. I can't recall all the names. Some of them were doctors here, some of them were, and he would always communicate with them about the research activity and how yoga is something beneficial for the condition. And he would say, sir, I don't know the mechanism. The person comes here and they feel better. They feel better. I can't explain. He had that humbleness to say that I can't explain. If I can imbibe that humbleness, I won't have that ego that I can cure somebody with this set of course. So that is one thing. Even if I go to any conference today, anything where I learn, I accept the research methodology, I accept their findings, and I also appreciate the way they have controlled many situations and have studied the parameter and other thing. But he would say, what works is still is elusive and it is so complex. And one of the standard statement he used to say is, எப்போ எது ஆறுதுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாதுமா. We can't say what happens when what. Something like that. That is, the complexity of the situation is so high, but still, in spite of that chaos, he had so much of faith in the teaching, and he would say, yes, this is it. So that is where we all have that faith that even if somebody with severe can't even raise the hand and other thing, and they will come, yeah, something can be done. Something, it can be breathing, it can be chanting, or I will chant, you watch, something like that. One of the beauty of his teaching was there were so many people who had a lot of sickness, who can't even move around and walk. He will take us along with him. I think Sridhar and Chandrasekhar, all of us have gone, including Padmini. He will say, come, somebody is suffering, we will go and do some chanting. And we will go and do the chanting. We will not ask question whether we are not going to do it. It is just healing. For him, healing was very important for anybody, anywhere, anything, and he will ask us. One of his pride was his father. For him, his father was his God. And he felt that my father has taught me so many things. I have not even given him 1 paisa. For me, this institute is my Guru Dakshina to my father. So for him, Kevayam was everything. That is his, something like a divine thing for him. So sir always used to say that the institute is my Guru Dakshina to my father, and so many times he would ask me, why don't you take money and other things, something like that. That time I say, sir, I want to be like. So he used to say, if you want to do something, try to do something for Kevayam. That is the one word somewhere he told. Because I told him, sir, this is not going to be my profession. For me, my profession is psychology. Yoga is not my profession. I remember sitting near this thing, because he wanted me to take care of studies, take care of research and other thing. He understood. No, this thing, he said, okay, good. If that is not it, try to do something for Kevayam. That is how, after some time, somewhere around 2009, I became the managing trustee, and he wanted me. And he had more faith in me than me in myself. That was my teacher. And I made a note of some things which are very important. And if it is, his keen observation is, when I walk with him from his house to the institute, I never knew that I had a problem in my leg. He said, what has happened to your left leg? You are dragging it. He asked me, he said, no sir, I am not dragging. He said, no ma, watch out, he said. Then I realized that I had a little tightness. Never was harsh to me. Rather, I was most of the time in conflict with him. Sometimes I have shared with you people, I was doing lot of mistakes in the chanting. After the chanting session is over, Latha, I will tell you one thing, will you listen? Yes sir, tell me. I would go and check your eyes. That's all. One day, I don't know, most of the time, I won't be in the class, and we will come and we will be sitting there, and he will have the knack of catching somebody who has not practiced. I know. And I would sit in the last row, because I know we all had this conversation. Vijay, remember? Last lavakanda, no question. Okay, so we used to remember, Vijay Vasu I met today morning, she also said. So what I will do, I will sit in the last, because I would not have come for the previous Yoga Sutra class. How will I answer question, Aarti? So it was very difficult. So he caught me. I don't know how. Said, Latha is now going to demonstrate Parshvottanasa, some vinyasa. And I went there and did the Parshvottanasana at my level. No, this thing. He was so kind. He said, Latha is a housewife. She has lot of responsibility. She is doing so much of work. Probably another 2 to 3 weeks of practice, her Uttanasana will become perfect. Thank you, sir. Running away. So that was the kindness the teacher had towards us, all of us. And all the time he would say that never he had self-reference. Whenever in his talk, There was no self-reference for anything. Like for example, now I am using, I studied this, I did that, I am working like this, I am making this. This was very strong in our conversation. If you see the narratives, it is like that. Because we are aware and we want to project. In his case, he projected his father, he projected the teaching, he projected you. Isn't it, sir? He projected the father. My father used to say this. My father will say like this. And my father taught this to me. So there is one Anuvaka in Krishna Yajurveda Samhita, which he has not taught any one of us. That is second Anuvaka. Second Kanda, I'm sorry. He is, sir, we have missed this. You have already gone to third. I am very other thing. No, ma, this my father didn't teach you, so I won't teach you. There was no this thing. My father didn't teach you, I won't teach you. So whatever comes from my father, I am passing it on to you. There is nothing like I discovered it and I am going to do this. Nothing like that. There was no self-reference. And no narratives about his own, I don't know, whatever his this thing and other thing, but he was always conversation with KVM, the teacher, course, people who come, and whatever it is related to the thing, we are organizing this or some such thing. Nothing to do with, I practiced, I have a very good breathing, I am very fit, or I am nothing. I didn't even know. There were some times where Menaka used to say some of the food that he would take, we would ask, sir, what he will eat? And she would say, if he knows about it, he would scold. What does it mean? No, forget about it. So there were some situations where we would be so keen on knowing what is his practice, what time he is practice. You do your practice, you would say, and keep quiet about it. I think that's enough. I have, there are so many things, maybe somewhere something else. And it is a pleasant thing to remember the teacher, and he's always there in our practice, all your practices, and all those people who are here, there, outside, and all his students know, always will be blessed by him, and he is the person who is going to take care of everybody, and his father, and the parampara, and the teaching. All the best. Question one, sir? Chant panla. Vaanga vaanga. Abhyasambhuta. பிச்சை யார் எடுக்கிறீங்கப்பா? நீங்க எடுங்க சார்.
अभ्यसम्भूत पृथिव्यैरसाच्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताधि तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णन्तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वानमृत इह भवति नान्यपन्था विद्यते येनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीरा परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमेच्छन्ति भेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये रुचं ब्राह्मञ्जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा आसन्वशे ह्रीश्च ते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ व्यात्तम् इष्टं मनिषाणा अमुं मनिषाणा सर्वं मनिषाणा रङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bookuma. Thank you. Thank you. It is very good. Good. Very nice.